Greetings, my friends. This is Gilles Mancillon. I thought I'd come and say hello. I hope you're having a wonderful day. For it is very important. I'm here to talk about transcendental psychology. I'm really eager to be able to evolve those videos and put it in a beautiful setting. But for now, I'm talking about the inner process. And it is very important to recognize that we are multi-dimensional beings and we live in a multi-dimensional universe. It is something that science has not yet recognized, but we have to, as being in the forefront of consciousness, we do not need to that humanity catches up to all this knowledge. For that is a very important understanding, to know that we are multi-dimensional beings and to accept that we are eternal souls. For that is really the most important scientific discovery of the 21st century, will be the irrefutable proof of the eternity of the human soul, the discovery of the grand portal, the understanding, the scientific proof that we cannot die, that we are eternal beings. That will change everything from a more materialistic society and consciousness and science to a more spiritual, connected to a higher level of reality. So, but we have to grow and evolve until we earn the access to the higher planes. We have to earn it. We have to learn what we need to learn in any given dimension. For me, my next level will take me to Paris. I know the card of the day is milk and honey. To focus on those things that you know are good for you. Do not let yourself others decide what's good for you. You know what's good for you. But we need to heal first. We need to heal ourselves. Anyone who's not healed will infect. Until we are completely healed, we are unable to really heal the world. So it's about continuing to cultivate this sense of connection. Although there is Chiron, the wounded healer, that stay wounded in order to be sensitive to the suffering of others. But everybody's following their own path, because we all program in a certain way. Consciousness has put limitation. We all have we are within a frame. And so some people have chosen a very difficult path of conflict and frustration and the need to be right, the need to control always. And this means they're pretty far away from the truth, which is about surrendering, letting go, moving into ecstatic joy. If we are in ecstatic joy, it means we are aligned with the truth of the Creator. But then if we are not always in ecstatic joy, that means we still have work to do to get there, to align. But finding more peace is the more in peace we are, the more integrated we are, the closer we are to this point of freedom. For right now, humanity is playing in the sandbox of evolution. We're like making little sandcastles and destroying them, and how do the children deal with each other? But most of the thing in 3D actually for me is like completely nonsense. Like everything has a meaning and sense and function. I can see in the videos on YouTube some things are completely out of my league in consciousness. It's like it feels like I'm not a child. I'm grown up. I'm conscious and mature. I'm an aware individual, and a lot of things do not concern me at all. But eventually, for the Earth is also the program. There is program for very young souls to go into their own program, and but we as more mature soul, we're getting a lot of assistance from the higher realm in order to find that fifth dimension, the balance, the flow, the joy, the creativity, the freedom. We're getting a lot of assistance for the higher self. Our soul will be able to fix everything once we integrate the fact that our immortal soul and consciousness, that's always connected to the cosmic mind. But the higher self and all of the beings of the higher planes are always having to work within the law, the divine law, the non-interference, the respect of choice, of free will, of all kinds of laws, and they will operate within that. When us on the planets, we do not know that law. Therefore, we always in breach of the law. We're always doing things that are harmful to nature or the people. Not always, of course, but so we have to forgive ourselves, but we have to become aware and try to act as much as possible within the guidance from the higher planes, because it's pure. It is within the law, and so we need to align with that law. For this law is unknown and the law of evolution is unknown to human beings, of course. But the soul will assume responsibility and fix everything. So for the as far as I'm sharing my thoughts, my ideas, my perceptions here. So I just wanted to say that as far as what I know about God, the Creator, the Source, is so much more glorious than anything we can imagine. This glorious light of God. What the little I know is as is inexplainable. But and that's where we come from. But then we descended every time we descended in dimension, this light became less and less and less and refracted, all the way down to the physical and material world. It is very spirit wants to know which side we're on. It's very important to make that choice. Are we on the side of the light or are we on the other side? Being on the side of the light just means you trust the divine plan without doubt. If you doubt, you fear, you conflict, you're on the other side. So it's about reminding us to move back into this sphere of acceptation and love. And so for the, let's see, what past, present, and future. So the past is exhaustion. We've been doing too much to please others, to fit in, and now we have to become ourselves. And so it's like as we do that, we'll be able to, we come to the essence of playfulness, of being childlike. The situation now is the tower. It's like everything is breaking down. It's like the society is breaking down. All of it is breaking down. It's like it's a sinking boat. Everybody is holding on to that boat because the narrative of the matrix, of those who control this boat, is always trying to say, well, it's going to be fixed that way, it's going to be fixed that way. It's to distract attention, like an illusionist, to distract attention from the fact that it's a total destruction of their boats. But there is like all kinds of raft that are saying, "Hey, come, leave that boat. Just let go of that. Just move into our boat. It's going to greener pastures." So it's like everything is everything is in total. It's going to be destroyed, but this will be replaced, and we just need to tune in our frequency to move into this paradise Earth. And so there is this tower. Eventually, we find the courage to overcome our fear and to go beyond the limitation. And in the future, we're going to have to get rid of all the burdens, and then we'll discover freedom. There is no more. Once we let go of the burdens, we are totally free. On the invisible planes, we have this empowerment. It's called the creator. It's a great deal of empowerment. On the visible world, we're still dealing with past life effects, karma, cause and effect. But eventually, we want to move beyond cause and effect. And then, because cause and effect may bring us back to having to face certain energies or memories that are not really all that pleasant. And it's just a matter of deconditioning ourselves from the herd mind. And then we're going to reach integration. So it's going to be quite wonderful. So for New Earth, it's like heaven on earth, but we need to tune in the frequency, and the portals will remain open. There's going to be many portals for 200 years, for like 8 generations. For like the next 4 generations, it's going to be very intense. A lot of advanced souls are going to come in to change the world, but those portals will remain open. What we seek is to be fair, to be free, to be creative, to be healthy, to be connected to the elemental, to nature, to be always inspired. And so we'll see and the galactic, there are civilizations that are millions of them actually right now that are interested in the earth, that are around the earth in many forms, in many ways, and they're really eager to come and meet humanity and the family connection as the family of God, the Galactic Federation, the angels, the archangels, the ascended masters, all those, they all want to create this connection. And Ashtar was saying that he was saying that the first embassy, extraterrestrial official embassy, that will for the Galactic Federation will be in Santa Fe, New Mexico. He decided he chose Santa Fe, New Mexico, which I can understand. I've lived there a few years in Santa Fe. It's a wonderful place, very full of energy and amazing, the land of enchantment. And so in Santa Fe, the first night we stayed in we was to, my mother, I was 17, we stopped for one night. We stayed 7 months or 8 months. The first time we stopped in Santa Fe, we loved it so much. So the thing is, maybe hopefully I'm sure all will come in place in due time, but I may have a part to do with that. If I have the resources, maybe I'll get a land in Santa Fe, which will be very private, that we can raise the frequency of the land so that they can come down comfortably, and we can start opening portals we'll see how it happens, and it's all coordinated. Each day we have to figure out, but so I don't know if it will be publicly announced when, how, all of that is. I let Spirit guide the process. They were also saying that they will use a frequency of light that's called tachyon to accelerate the process of crystallization of the DNA. We'll see what happens. But we cannot move into the fifth dimension if we continue to follow and obey the commands of the matrix. At some point, we got to disengage with the beliefs of those beliefs. Um, and move into more integration, more love, more unity. Love and light is always connected. It's like there's always, never, they're like twins in some sense. But we can only access a level that's matched to our consciousness. Sometimes we're just getting glimpse, but even a glimpse means that a part of you is connected there. So we also need to integrate the divine will, divine love, and divine wisdom, the blue fire, the pink fire, and the yellow fire. Those are the three before we can move on and to understand there is this white fire of the soul, the white light of Creator, the adamantine particles that are also able to ignite and burn all of that which is not necessary and will be transformed. So it's all part of the progress and program. And so for it's like eventually the subconscious will be integrated. The higher mind will integrate all of the subconscious and will create this elevation. I had a very powerful Kundalini experience. It was like, I thought I was going to die. It was yesterday or the day before. It was like I was sitting on a chair and all of a sudden the bottom of my spine was extremely painful. Extremely painful. I couldn't even stand in my chair. I had to lay down, and for like 5 minutes I thought I was going to die, but then the information that was delivered in my consciousness during the time was saying, no, you're not dying. And so and then it took me about 2 or 3 hours laying down doing nothing just to integrate that moment. So the solar flash, we want to call for them, but we want to be ready, because it's like it's activating some very, very powerful energy within ourselves. And if we're not the more pure we are, the easier it is to integrate those new energies. But they will be coming. Do not worry about it. The activation. Oh, well, I'm just talking for me. I'm just follow whatever you are called to do. But it will always be hidden aspect of life. No matter we're growing into this new dimension that is going to be so wonderful to live in. But even then, once we reach there, we'll see that we'll have other limitations that we'll still have to move through our new astral planes of the fifth dimension to reach the sixth and so on. So it's all part of the process. It's all coming down. It's all part of the process. Did I pull some cards? Yes, I think so. So I'm going to finish with a song. Yes, thank you very much for liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. I'm going to pull some more cards just to finish with the angel. I'm going to finish with a song. It's like a kind of romantic song, as usual. And so much is about to unfold, and just be in the now, be in the acceptation. And there was a spirit that was talking about something that's quite interesting to read. It's a very small phrase from the Bible. It says, "Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God." Very, very important. Be still. For it is within the stillness and the silence and the letting go, the surrounder, that all can be revealed. For all the silence and the void, the original void, is not empty, it is full. The silence is where there is the most fullness. So do not be afraid of silence. Well, this song I'm going to sing, it talks about wild horses. It goes like this. Childhood living, it's easy to do the things you wanted. I bought them for you, graceless lady. You know who I am. You know I can't let you slide through my hands. Wild horses couldn't drag me away. Wild horses couldn't drag me away. I watch you suffer a dull aching pain. Now you've decided to show me the same. No sweeping exit or off-stage lines could make me feel bitter or treat you unkind. Why wild horses couldn't drag me away. Wild horses couldn't drag me away. You know I've dreamt you a saint and a lie. I have my freedom, but I don't have much time. Faith has been broken, tears must be cried. Let's do some living after we die. Wild horses, we'll ride them someday. Wild, wild horses, we'll ride them someday. Wild horses, we'll ride them someday. The song is about karma. Sometimes you have a karma with someone. You cannot drag yourself away from the relation until there is something that has to be understood, that has to be solved. And if we have to do some living, let's do it before we die. For after death is fine as well, for there is no death in reality. But yet, a lot of things that we want to do down here, we better do it while we're here, like Shakespeare said. There is only thing you never recover from is death. Otherwise, you recover from everything. And even that is, we'll eventually pass that portal and realize the consciousness will continue to exist after that portal. Well, I hope you're having a wonderful day, that this message was interesting for you. I thank you very much, and I'll talk to you later. Adonai.